as you understand that IMO is the global regulator for shipping. So we as member state at our national level, we need to work together in this partnership to have a very constructive and productive engagement with the IMO so that we can speed up the process of the mass operation.
Every year, hundreds of human lives are paid for actually normal, regular maritime transportation, and implementation of this new technology definitely can make the day when we can avoid it much more early.
As you have seen during the last few years, the huge advancement in drones and in autonomous cars, So this is very soon, very near. That's why the Arab Academy for Science and Technology, now since 3 years, we have established a college for artificial intelligence that's specialized in this area. So now, we took those two steps, College of Law and College of Artificial Intelligence, and we can help in developing, those, legislations that we need. That can be, meet the expectations, our expectations, meet with the future of this very important issue.
I believe, that communication challenges would all have to be fully mitigated, because if you lose communication, you probably lose control over the vessel, as well as, the sensors that you are installing on board the vessel for cameras, and they have their limitations. But I believe the technology is definitely developing, and we need to work hand in hand with the technology partners, the shipping partners, and the legislation.
If you look at the past 50 years, the law would follow the real world. We would have a massive oil spill, and then the law would come to literally close the gap. This is how we used to work. We see something needs to be regulated, and then we regulate. The autonomous vessels is something extremely unique for all of us, because lawmakers need to come up with parameters about something what we don't understand.
None of the ship owners wants to decrease the crew members to zero, which brings us to the argument of, autonomous vessels will be really practical in operation, or it's just an interesting exercise.
There has to be some kind of benefit of doing autonomy, and unmanned can for sure reduce the operating cost in some way. So that is a key driver. And then we also see that autonomous operations or smart operation are used to reduce emissions, very often combined with emission-free technologies.
And I think there needs to be a lot of discussion, but not a lot of discussion which then takes years. This is going to happen. It's going to happen quite quick. And the people in control of the vessel will not be on board the ship. They need to have the right training, and everybody needs to understand that training is up to a certain standard.
I think fully autonomous vessels with no personnel on board obviously pose a relatively significant security risk in terms of maybe pirates getting on board and commandeering a vessel with no people on board. I think there is a design answer to that challenge. But certainly within the region, with the tensions regionally, I think it's something that needs to be seriously considered.
It's not about the technology anymore. We are a technology and solution provider. I think we have taken all the steps, all the measures to ensure that the technology required for autonomous shipping is there and in place. But I think the dilemma here comes in you have so many parties involved there. To have an autonomous ship roaming around the globe, this is the challenge. It's not the technology as such.
Here we are at the Ministry of Energy and Infrastructure will continue facilitating such an effective industrial dialogue which will benefit everyone when it comes to implementation of best practices. Yet there are a lot of raising obstacles, but that such a dialogues will be reaching all possible solutions.